Hello everyone, welcome to the Global Genius, welcome Scratch Creators. You are the Scratch Creators. Welcome to this session of Scratch Creators. So today I will welcome you to Scratch and we will be exploring the Scratch interface, the Scratch application and the Scratch website. It doesn't matter if you are using a mobile phone, a tablet, or a PC. You can all learn how to code using Scratch. So my name is Hamza Umar and I will be guiding you throughout this session. So the objectives of this class is, by the end of this lesson, you as a creator, you will be able to explain what is Scratch, describe what coding means, identify why Scratch is a great programming language for beginners. You will be able to mention things they can create using Scratch, like stories, games, and others. You will also understand the basic programming concepts and will open Scratch website or the Scratch application for our first project. So at the end of this lesson, you are expected to answer the following questions using the ABC option, that's MCQs, multiple choice. So what is coding? What is Scratch? Who created Scratch? Why is Scratch suitable for beginners? Which of these can you create with Scratch? All the options will be there. What is a sprite in Scratch? What is the stage in Scratch? Which button starts a Scratch program? Which skills does Scratch helps improve? What should you do after creating your first Scratch project? So let's start with some questions. I will be asking you, have you ever played a game on a phone or a tablet or a laptop or even TV games, that's computer game? Sure, you have been playing games in your phone, your tablet, or even personal computer. So all these games were coded by a programmer. We have been using remotes to operate our TV, isn't it? So this remote we press, we are now what? Giving instruction to the TV. We can do add volume, switch off the TV, isn't it? So all these are happening with the help of what? Coding. You may have told your friend what to do. You may have asked your friend, go, sit down. All these are what? Instruction. So also computer listen to instruction, and that process is called coding. So let's start. What is coding? Coding is the process of writing instructions that tells computer what to do. Coding is the process of writing instructions that tells computer what to do. Coding is the process of writing instruction, and this instruction tells the computer what to do. Example, open. When you tap an icon on your phone, the application will open. So that means it is an instruction that your phone listens and it opens. When we want to print using our computer, we can press Ctrl P. So that Ctrl P was an instruction coded by a programmer. Also, when we want to copy, the same. All these are instructions that computer listen and understand. So all these instructions were created by a developer or a programmer. So in real life instructions, I can ask you to stand up. What will you do? If I ask you to stand up, you will stand up. If I ask you to sit down, you will sit down. If I ask you to clap twice, you will clap 1, 2, and so on. So all these are instructions in real life, same as computers listen to instructions given to them and they must obey. Why coding is important? Coding is very important because it helps us solve problems. Coding teaches us to think step by step to find solution to a problem. Another reason is it helps us think better. We learn to plan, we learn to organize, and we learn to make good decisions. It helps us create games and stories. All this makes coding very important. We can create games using Scratch. We can create stories using Scratch. We can make our own games, animations, and interactive stories using Scratch. That is why coding is very important. Coding also teaches us creativity. We can use our imagination to build amazing projects like games, stories, and others. So in real life coding examples, we have a traffic light. So a traffic light has three colors: red, green, and yellow. All these colors are very important. Also, the traffic light was coded by a programmer. It is not a policeman inside an operating room that is switching on and off the traffic light. So a traffic light was programmed and it must obey the instruction. Also, ATM machine. Our ATM machines has a code inside them. This code is what the ATM machine is obeying. So if you want to withdraw money, you go to the ATM machine, you insert your PIN, enter the amount, and the ATM machine will dispense cash. Another example is mobile games. The games we play in our mobile phones, they are all examples of coding. It was coded by a programmer. The YouTube channels, we watch videos, movies, we are all coded by YouTube developers or Google developers. Another real life example of coding is robots. A robot listens to instruction given to it. A robot has a code inside it. That is why a robot can move and it can perform the dedicated task assigned to it. Another example of real life coding is the smart TVs. Our smart TVs are now our computers also. We can use them to code, we can use them to play games. They all listen to the command or the instruction we ask them to do. So all these instructions were stored inside them and they are just waiting for us to command them. They cannot do what we did not program them to do. This is an example of a robot, and this is an example of a traffic light. When the green light is on, everybody stop. When we see the yellow light, we prepare to go. And when we see the red light, that means we can go. So the traffic is obeying the instruction and the code. So we must also obey the traffic light. Disobeying a traffic light can cause an accident. Game coding examples. You have been playing games. Maybe you have been playing this game, Subway Surfers. So everything you see here is a code. The images, the motion, the movement, the train in this game, we are all coded by a programmer. So all these people we can see, the dogs, they are called sprites. We call them sprites. The obstacles, they are all sprites. We call them sprites. Sprites are our characters. So what is Scratch? Scratch is a programming language used for creating stories and games. In Scratch, we don't need to write complex text. All we need to do is to drag a visual block and drop it in the code script area. Scratch is very easy to learn. So Scratch is a visual programming language used for creating stories and games, used for creating animations also, and many more. Scratch was developed by the MIT Media Lab, a team led by Michel Resnick. So, and MIT is an institution in the United States. So they developed Scratch to ease programming and make it more easier for everybody to learn. Even if you don't know how to write codes or complex code, you can use the blocks, drag and drop them, and you are now coding. So we can download Scratch from Play Store or Apple Store, and we can also visit the Scratch website. The website is www.scratch.mit.edu. So let's download Scratch. To download Scratch, we open our browser. We can search for Scratch. Scratch. So this is the official website. If we are going to use a browser, Google Chrome, Firefox, Mini, or even Apple Safari. To start coding, we say start creating this place, and we can see the Scratch interface. So it doesn't matter whether you are using a phone or a tablet, everything is all the same here. We can code, we can write Scratch. So to download Scratch from Play Store, we need to go to Play Store. We visit Play Store and download Scratch. So I already have Scratch installed in my tablet, so I don't need to download, but I will show you how to download. Click on the Scratch, click on download. You can download Scratch Genio. Click on the install, and the Scratch will be ready. So let's try to download this one, Scratch. So this is how we can download Scratch. This is the logo for Scratch, the cards and the Scratch write-up. So Scratch has some important parts. All these parts can be seen. The stage. When we say the stage, this is where we see our projects. This is where we run our project. This is the stage. This is the stage. This place. This area here is the stage. So to open it bigger, we need to click on this, and we can see it more bigger. Then we have the green flag. This is the green flag. When you touch the green flag, that means start the Scratch. This is the red button to stop the script or to stop the program from running on. So stage is where the project runs, and we can move the cards from the stage. Then we have the sprites area. The sprite area is where we can choose our character. Characters are the actors, the cards, the obstacles. They are all what? Characters, so we call them sprites. So to do that, we go to sprite area. And this is the sprites area. Sprites area, we click the search to search the sprites. So you can use the cards. This is the cards. So to open a sprite, to open a Scratch in our tablet, I already have it. I'll click on it, and here is it. So to start a new project here, all I need to do is to click on this plus and add new project. Wait for it to load. the same process with the web version. Then we have other important parts of Scratch. The block palette is where we see the codes. This is the block palette. I can see motion, looks, sounds, events, control, motion to move a sprite, looks to say something, and sound to add a sound. Events to start a sprite, when space key is pressed, that is when you are using a laptop, when you press the space button and the action will start. Control, where we can ask a sprite to wait in seconds, and we can ask it to repeat something 10 times. We can ask it to do something forever. So everything here is drag and drop. Then block palette contains coding block, the motion, the sounds, and controls. So we have motion, looks, sounds, events, and we have the coding area also. This is where we see our codes, or where we drop our codes. So in the coding area, we join our codes together. It is called coding area. That is where blocks are joined together. So this is the place. Motion, move 10 steps, turn 90 degrees, move 10 steps again, move 10 steps. So when I want this sprite to obey this instruction, I will go to events and I will say when green flag is clicked. Now when I press this green flag, and the sprite will obey. See, the sprite is now obeying the instruction. So what we are doing now is called coding. So other parts of Scratch include the green flag. This starts the program to start working, start the program, and we have the stop button, that is the red, it stops the program. And we have the backdrop. This is where we change the background. So now I can change the background of this sprite, or this stage area, not the sprite, please. So this is where we change background. We call it backdrop. So I can use anyone here and it will show. So this is how we do it. So in today's lesson, we have introduced the Scratch coding. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you. Have a nice day. Hope you will answer your quiz questions. That's all for today. See you next class. Bye bye.